Good morning. I'm Joe Pfeiffer of Ag and Business Legal Strategies. I'm here to talk today about an alarming trend I see in the hog industry. Integrators going into liquidation or filing bankruptcies. Within the past 3 weeks, 2 large integrators in the state of Iowa have ended up either filing a bankruptcy or agreeing to a liquidation of their assets. One of my clients is an integrator, and it has 102 growers that rely on it to get pigs to keep their facilities filled. Another one has a similar number of growers involved. Now, when you have a grower involved, there's also feed mills involved, there are veterinarians involved. All of the workers that work at the growers' places are also involved and will be impacted. What is the cause of this? Some people say Proposition 12 from California is the cause of the problems. Others say it may be too much vertical integration within the meatpacking industry, such that there really is no longer an open market for hogs. Let's face it, if an integrator doesn't have shackle space with a packing plant, it can't sell its pigs. If it doesn't have a place to sell its pigs, it's in an impossible situation of producing things. This is unlike a factory where you can shut off the production of making equipment or making clothing and not have continued costs. In the hog industry, you start with breeding. 114 days after breeding, we end up with birth, and then a little more than 6 months later, the pig is sold. During that time, you're feeding the pig, you're feeding the sow, you're taking care of the manure, but they keep growing. Just because it's unprofitable doesn't mean that the farmer can stop feeding the pigs. If you are a farmer, an integrator, you need to observe the signs and see if you're losing money and you can't make money. You better figure out, do I want to stay in the game? Have I enough extra resources I can continue in the game? Or is it time to look at exiting? If you go to exit, what are all of the concerns you're going to have? What about those personal guarantees you've signed? Those are all problems that you have. And it's important to have a consult done by somebody who can help you honestly evaluate the financial situation and then to move forward with that financial situation and make informed decisions. Ag and Business Legal Strategies helps integrators deal with this, and we can negotiate on behalf of them with creditors. If you're a grower working with an integrator, what should you do? Be on the lookout to make certain that you're doing the best job you can, because obviously if an integrator is losing money, they're going to be wanting to cut the least efficient growers they can so that they aren't continuing to lose money with them. If you're a grower and you've mortgaged a farm to finance a building or 2 or 4, you may have to look and say, how can I make the payments if my integrator stops putting pigs in my building? No longer will I be receiving the $36 to $42 per pig space. How do I make those payments? Can I find another integrator? Do I have to reduce the payments from an integrator to help the integrator stay in business? Those are all difficult choices that you're faced with. Ag and Business Legal Resources stands ready to help both integrators and growers to protect themselves the best they can in this downturn of the hog market. If you're an integrator or a grower or an employee of either an integrator or a grower, please contact Ag and Business Legal Strategies, as we are experienced in helping integrators, growers, and employees work through the financial difficulties that they are faced with given the current problems in the hog industry.